Hello guys, hope you all are well. So now in this video we'll be learning that how we can implement reference lines in Tableau. In a previous video we have studied that what are reference lines, what are trend lines and what are clusters. Now in this video we'll be focusing on that how we can implement these reference lines using Tableau. So moving over to our Tableau, we have seen in the previous video also that we have creating this visualization in which we have created the chart between the order priority and the days, the amount of days it takes for getting the product shipped at the doorstep. So we have studied there that if you are buying anything with the order priority as critical, while buying the product you mentioned that your priority for getting the product is critical, you will be getting that product in average in 2 days. And if your order priority is high, then you will be getting that product average in 3 days. Similarly, if your order priority is low, you will be getting your product and 6 days, average of 6 days. So it means depending upon your order priority, your shipping days will be getting increased, and that we have learned with the help of these reference lines. So now we'll be learning that how we have implemented these reference lines and we have implemented this chart. So for that we have this data set that is a global superstore data set. You can import it. I have added that data set in the link below. You can see it there and download it from there. After importing the data set, what we need to do is, first of all we need to pick our order priority and we need to keep it over rows. So we have basically 4 types of order priority. The one will be critical, high, low and medium, and then what we need to do is we need to sort this order priority. So click on sort, and after then you need to sort it in descending order. So for that, yeah, so what you have to do it a data source order, and you need to do it manually, because it first one is critical, second should be high, the third one should be medium, and then click on the cross sign. So that will be your order priority. After then pick ship mode and keep it over rows. Right click on this also and go to sort. While clicking on sort, go to the field manual, and in manual the first one should be same day. So you got this day. Now the point is you need to get a calculation, and for that I'm right clicking here and write on create calculated field. For learning calculated field, you can go to the previous video where I have told you that how we can create the calculated fields. I'm giving that name of the calculated field is shipping days, or I can write giving the name as days to ship, where I'll be taking ship date minus order date. Ship date is a date when my product has been reached to my doorstep, and order date is a day when it is being ordered. So it might, when we'll be subtracting each ship date minus order date, it will be telling me the number of days. Okay. After then pick that days to ship over columns. Once you're keeping it over columns, you can see your data will be coming in this form, and that will be so make it entire view. Now you need here days. So what you need to do is right click over it, make it attribute, and after this wait, it takes some time. So on attribute we need to do Control Z. Okay, right click over it and make it average. Don't do it attribute, make it average. So okay, So when you are getting it average, you can see it is coming in days 0.5 up to 6.5. What we need to do is right clicking on here on the label, edit access, and when you're getting, wait, right clicking here and go to the format filter option, format, and in format you can go to the options of numbers, and what we need is we need custom, and decimal spaces should be removed, so it will be coming up to 0.6, and we need to give suffix as days. Okay, so you can see it here, it is mentioning you the values with these many values. Okay, now the point is we need to show it in the form of circles, and we need to color it with order ID so that we can getting all the order IDs in it. Color it with order ID, color it with order priority, because we have 4 order priorities, and put all the IDs in it, so we'll keeping order customer ID over details and do all members. This type of a chart we'll be getting. I'm increasing its size up to this, then I'm going to color, and while going to color I'm decreasing it opacity, and I'm giving it a value of this. Now I need to add a reference line edit, so I will be right clicking over here and clicking on add reference line. While clicking on reference line, it will be opening, give this type of a view. So when I'm talking about a reference line are of 4 types. One is a line, second will be a band, that will be doing in next slide. Then we have distribution and box plot. But what we have to do is here we have to create a line. That line can be for entire table also. So if I'm talking about entire table, you can see this line will be coming for entire table, the average of entire table. But I need it for the per pane, for every panel. Now this line is basically on the behalf of average of days, and it is taking the average value of it. Now you can write here the label should be computation also, and it can be value also. So if I am clicking on a value, you can see it is writing the value there. If I want both the things together, I can go to do custom, and when I'm doing custom, here I can write the field label also, field name also. So field name is days to ship, but I need not field name, I need only the computation average. What we are doing is average, and the second one is value, how many days it takes. So it will be taking average 2 days. Fine. And I want to show it in a line. If you want to do confidence interval, it will be showing you confidence interval also. And my line should be dark enough, and it should be gray color. So this is your reference line, and with this your value is being created, and hence you will getting that your critical will be taking average 2 days, high will be taking average 3 days, and similarly your low will be taking average 6 days. And this is the way that how we can use your reference line for each panel. Now as we have seen, there's an option for reference line, there was an option of reference band also. So reference band is taking the values between the range of the things, that is you can take the value between minimum to maximum value, you can take the value between minimum to average. So for that you will be having the reference band, and it will be taking the band of the values. For reference band, you can see here in this example what we are showing you, that we have 3 type of categories, and each category have different subcategories inside it, and we are finding that which subcategory have the more amount of sales. Accordingly we are creating these bars, and we are showing the color with the help of a profit. So color we are showing with the help of a profit, whereas reference band will be showing us that the that a category furniture its minimum value, the minimum value of the category furniture is equals to the is near about the equal to the average value of office supplies. So it means if I'm selling the product office supply also and I'm selling the product furniture also, yes, in my furniture there is a product name as table which is not giving me good amount of profit, but then also if you're talking about sales, then the minimum sales of furniture, when we are doing minimum sales of furniture, at that point of time we have the average sales of our office supply. So it means office supply will be having very least amount of sales. So for getting this type of information, we are creating the reference band in it. Now if you want to practice this type of a chart, so for creating reference band, what we can do is, first of all, we need to pick category. So I'm keeping this hierarchy here where we have categories and subcategories inside it. And then we are keeping some sales over rows. So this type of a chart is being created. Then I have to sort it. I'm sorting my category in descending order. Sorting category in descending order on the behalf of field, that is some sales. Okay, and I am also, we want to sort it subcategory on the behalf of some sales, field descending on the behalf of some sales. So now you can see that the more of the sales from category wise, the highest amount of sales is given by technology, after then furniture, and then after then office supply. And in subcategory, the technology only, the more sales is given by phones, whereas in furniture the more sales is given by chairs, then tables, then furnitures, and at last office supplies, storage, and at last the last one is labels. Now accordingly, if we want to color it with the profit, so where is my profit? This color it by profit will be showing me this value. Now I want to see that which one is showing me the less sales, and do this less sale is matching with some any other type of a category or subcategory or not. So what we can do is we can right click here and I'm adding add reference line. In this reference line I need to use a band. So when I'm using a band, it will be almost taking the values and it will be taking the value from the range. See this, it is taking band from and band to. It will be taking the value from the sum sales minimum value, but I want to it taking from the minimum, but I want to take it up to the average. So it is taking label as computation. So it will be showing me the average, but I want it custom. So I'll be writing computation space value. For both also, for second one also I want it custom. So I want it computation and value. So it is showing me the values. Okay. So now you can see that these are the bands which is showing me that in category technology, the minimum sale is 7,49,000 and average is that much amount of sale, that is highest, that is the 11,86,000. Whereas in furniture subcategory, the minimum sales is 3,85,000, whereas the average sales of office supplies is 4,20,000. So it means this, if we are talking about the sales, then the office supply total average sale is nearly equal to the minimum sales of furniture, whereas furniture have the least amount of profit in one of the product as tables. So it is showing us loss also, but then also its sales is much higher than that of office supply. Now next one is while reference line, we have other type of a reference line also, which is called percentile. It is not necessary that when always we need to use it in a band, we can use the percentile method also. So in percentile, what we can use is we can check that how much amount of the data is moving in quarters, that how much amount of data is moving in decentiles. So accordingly we can analyze our data for the outliers type of a thing. So you can say in distribution, again I have taken market versus region data. That is, I have 5 markets. We have 5 markets: Asia Pacific, Europe, USA, LATM and Africa, and each market will be having some regions of it. Depending upon these regions, we want to check the sales and the profit of it. So what we are saying that the sales of 25 percentile sale of your Asia Pacific and 75 percentile of sales of Asia Pacific lies where two products doesn't lie between the 25% and 75% of sales in Asia Pacific, whereas in Europe three products are lies in between, whereas one product is above 75% of the sales. And if we are talking about LATAM, then almost all the products are very below than that of 25 to 75% of sales. Okay, so if you want to create this type of a chart, so what we need to do is we need to drag market towards, so I am picking up its hierarchy, and then we need to drag some sales, and then we need to drag some profit, and then we need to sort according to field in descending orders, but according to some sales. And region also should be sorted. Field descending, and that should also be some sales. And then we need to add reference lines. Right click on it, add reference line, and we will be going to the distribution. Now our distribution should be in percentile, so it will be writing whether you need 60% of the average or 80% of the average. So it will be taking you values in the range of the values, but it will be taking in that of a percentage values, or it can take in percentiles. So if it be taking percentile, I can take it 2 percentiles in it, enter one or more values. So if I'm taking here between your 25 comma 75 values, so it will be taking 2 percentiles, that is between 25 and 75. Similarly, you can take quartiles and you can take standard deviation also. So computation you will be taking, you can show the value of computation, but if you want to show custom, then you can write here computation space, you can write here value also, and automatically you will be getting the value. Now you can color the values accordingly. You want to fill the above values, you can want to fill the below values, so you can fill accordingly. So these are the practice distribution, that how we can use reference line with the help of a distribution panel. Then we can also use reference line with the help of a plots. So you can see box plot, that we can have the data, and we can find that whether the data have outliers or not. Dependingly, we can find our profit or loss, and we can find that which products are showing us more profit and loss, and which might be having some outliers in the data. So what we have done, we have created this type of box plots, and the values coming above the box plot, all these values are leading to the outliers type of a thing. So if we want to create this type of a practice box plot for reference line, then what we need to do is, first of all, we need to pick ship mode, and then we need to pick some profit and average of shipping cost. So what we are basically doing is we are taking that whether the shipping cost affects the profit or not, and then I'm taking it the value is average. Then order priority should be colored. Where is our order priority? It should be colored, and our order ID should be detail. Okay, so now do it standard, and you can increase its size, the values that much, and make it circle, and color opacity decrease it, and give it value as this. So now you can see these many values are there. So it means when your profit is you have the profit, and depending upon you want to check your shipping cost. So shipping cost for first class is this, and your profit is also high for the first class. So if your shipping cost is more, your profit is also more. Your profit is almost fine here, but it is more for this, and for the shipping cost is very less. So depending upon various type of classes, the shipping cost and profit will be varyingly accordingly. So what I want to do is I want to add here reference line, and my reference line should be box plot. So now I am creating my box plot, and the box plot is created with the help of quantiles. So it is showing me that these values are working inside the quantiles and hide underline marks except outliers. So what it will be doing, it will be hiding all the values and only the outliers will be there. So it means these values are above the common values or the range of the values. But might be this value existing in the data, doesn't mean that they should not be existing in the data, but these values are leading to outliers if we are working on average of shipping cost and some profits. So this is the way that we can create box plot, and we can find that what of the values are working according to the priority of shipping cost and their profit. So here what we can analyze is that if you are shipping your priorities, your shipping mode is standard class, your shipping mode is standard class, and your shipping cost is high, then it doesn't means your shipping profit will also, your profit will also be high. Your profit will be high at that point of time, your shipping cost can be less. So it means profit and shipping cost is not directly dependent on each other. So this was about reference lines, but with these reference lines, we have one more topic that is called drop lines. So what we have done here, we have created a chart between our sales and profit. So what we want to check is whether the item that we are selling, the one which we are selling, would the one which have more sales, would it be having more profit, yes or no? So if we are talking about this any of the product having more sales and more profit, then we have this product that is a product of office supply, and if we're talking about the region of it, it is of Western Europe region. This product is giving more sales, and as well as it is giving us more profit. Now what we want to do is we want to add drop lines in this product. So what we can do, we can right click over it and go here and show drop lines. Once we have shown drop lines, then what we can do is whenever we're clicking on that product, it will be showing us its x-axis value and its y-axis value. So its y-axis, it means its sales was 6 lakh 1000 when at that point of time, whereas it is giving us a profit of 97,267, and this product is giving us more sales, but its profit is somewhat less than that of the other one. So it is giving us the sales of 6,56,000 and profit is 82,901, and hence these all are the type of reference lines that we have studied now. So I think that you might be getting that how to implement the reference lines. In our next video, we'll be learning how to implement trend lines and how to use clusters. Thanks. And if you like the video, kindly like and subscribe the video. Thanks and stay safe.